Hi Yashashvi.
Hello.
Okay, so Yashashvi, I just wanted to know about. I have gone through your ham details where I can find out about your academic background and your optional and other details. But I would like you to tell me about your journey with related to the UPSC. When did you completed your graduation, and what was the sources when through which you started your UPSC preparation? Give me an idea about your issues.
Ma'am, I have completed my graduation in 2021 itself.
Okay.
Then I started preparing for UPSC by self method. Then I thought there is some lacking. I have joined the foundation course for
Okay.
that. And I have completed my foundation course in 2024.
Okay, so like you have after your graduation, you have gone through the foundation course and it's got completed this year itself.
Yes, ma'am.
So you must be having the notes of the foundation course, like all the subjects, important subjects such as polity, geography, economy, is being covered
Yes,
right, in the
yes.
foundation course. So can you show me some of the notes of FFC?
Yes, ma'am, I
Do you
have.
have? Okay. Okay. How many times did you revise these notes, foundation course notes?
Ma'am, as
Yes,
I
yes,
have completed recently in 2024, so I have revised only once.
Okay, only once.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And like, have you prepared any of the short notes, like main specific notes, or any other value addition have you done on your own apart from the foundation course notes?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Why?
Because I have recently completed my FC.
Hmm.
Then I have gone through the revision, but not get enough time to
Acha.
complete it.
And okay, so like you haven't done your own note making from mains perspective. What about the previous year question? Have you seen the PYQs or mock test papers along with the revision? Any extra thing apart from the revision?
Yes, ma'am.
Because one, you have revised it once, but I guess revision once is not enough for UPSC preparation. So that is why I'm asking.
Ma'am, I have done some PYQs from the last year papers, but not attended much mock test.
Acha. And what are the observation like for those mock papers or test papers which you have attempted? Like what are the issues you faced and what were the subjects? Like specifically, if you can tell me your strong subjects, your weak subjects.
Ma'am, I basically face problem in environment, science and tech,
Okay,
and especially in geography. My strong point is economy and polity.
great, great. Okay, so economy, polity, geography, these are very important subjects. These are the foundational value. I guess maybe environment and SNT moreover are current driven subject along with economy. So that is why maybe your current affairs section is not that good. That's why you're facing an issue. So there are a few questions I want to ask Yashasvi. First is about this thing, like your status of the optional. Like, are you done with your optional or you're doing it right
Yes,
now?
ma'am, I have completed my optional, but yet to revise it.
Okay, so you completed, but the lack of revision is
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
Basically, Yashashvi, if we consider UPSC preparation, ideally we are supposed to complete our preparation pre plus mains till the month of December or mid January. So the holistic preparation of the prelims and mains should be done by mid January. Okay, since you have already done foundation course, you have an understanding about the subjects, but some way or other you are lacking in the revision part. So I think the time management is there. The issue related to the time management is there.
Ma'am, according to my thought, I'm thinking like I'm lacking in each and every dimension because I'm preparing by myself right now. So like I'm facing issue in time management, revision, and
Okay.
discipline, I would say.
Okay, so the one issue is time management.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
the other one which you are saying is lack of revision is linked with time management,
Yes,
right?
yes.
If you have proper time management, this particular issue will be there. So lack of revision, discipline is also an issue. And the other thing is you're saying guidance.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
And also facing in current affair, how to tackle it.
Okay, current affair issue. Okay. Yashashvi, you're a full-time aspirant, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so see, basically, for a full-time aspirant, it is advisable we should give 8 to 10 hours on a, you know, minimal level. Okay, 8 to 10 hours we have to give for the preparation. The reason is each day should be divided into three segments. Okay, one should be given for the GS preparation, one should be given for the optional, and one for the current affair, and daily revision should be there. So this particular thing, I just want to know from your end, how much time right now you are giving for the preparation on the daily basis? Any specific plan you're following
Ma'am,
on daily basis?
no, I think accountability is
Lacking. So
lacking
someday-
somewhere else, and I try to give my best, like 6 to 7 hours,
Acha.
but I'm not a right track.
Okay, not in a consistent way.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so we'll plan out this thing related to the time management and revision related thing. You're done with your optional, so which is a good thing. Like maybe now we have to plan out how to do the revision of your optional. Okay. Other issues like subject specific issues, if you want to tell me, like you told me about you're lacking in environment and other subjects such as SNT. So if you want to tell me based on your observation, like what issue you face with respect to the other weak subjects, so that I can understand better way your issues.
Ma'am, I'm unable to link that the things.
Okay.
Like in approach, like I'm studying that thing, but I'm unable to grasp it holistically. So
Okay.
that's the problem.
Maybe this is one of the biggest challenge for the students to link it with the different area and dimension, because you're lacking in current affair preparation. And most of the time, if you see the previous year question paper also, most of the questions in subjects such as economy, if you see, or international relation or environment, these are current driven subjects. So they will be asking some of the important events which is happening in your surrounding in the current affair, and then they'll be building the question over the static portion. So that linkages of current affair with static will only come through you have a better understanding of the things. For example, if you see the previous year question of the polity, this year prelims paper, have you gone through it?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Okay. So they are asking questions such as, if you see speaker question or a deputy speaker question, okay, or if you see they are asking question in the polity from criminal reform system. Why? Because in last 3-4 years, these particular issues were in news. So current affair are, those areas which are reflecting some of the important things, which is important from exams perspective, from prelims as well as from mains perspective, and then only you can link it with the static topics. So you should have a proper strong base with respect to the static subjects, and then you can link it with the current affair. Okay, so for this we have to work in two dimensions. One, we have to build our static portion in a strong way, and along with it we have to do the current affair simultaneously. I'll discuss the approach with you. Okay. So your optional is
PSIR.
okay, good. So Yashashvi, let us talk about things in a one by one manner. See, if we talk about the UPSC preparation, as I told you, it is a long journey. Each and every stage of the preparation is having different demand. Okay. For example, in prelims, you have to have a more practice related to the question solving, previous year question understanding, while in mains, you should have practice related to the answer writing. Okay. And the approach for the interview would be different. So our preparation for prelims and mains should be holistic. Okay. So till January, we are going to focus in such a way that we are completing prelims as well as mains preparation. Because you are new to the field, you do not know how to do the answer writing. So we are going to talk about how to do the answer writing also, which is also an issue along with the previous year question paper. So first of all, you do not have a proper day planning. First of all, we'll be starting with the ramp document. Okay. What is ramp? Ramp is nothing but it is a document which we are keeping for ourselves. Okay. Why we are keeping for ourselves? So that we can design our day should be designed in a proper way. Because in our UPSC preparation, each and every day, if you have planned in a proper way, your entire preparation will be streamlined. How I'm telling you. See, I'll be sharing a document with you where we will be having planning of the day. Here, 2 to 3 hours we'll be giving for the GS preparation, GS subject, and the topics and syllabus will be provided by me. Okay, now try to understand how we are going to divide the syllabus for the GLs. See, this UPSC, preparation is difficult not because of the difficulty of the subject, but because of the length of the syllabus. The syllabus is huge, okay. And the second thing which is very difficult for the student is to understand the approach for the subjects, right? For example, if we consider polity, the approach for the polity would be different because it is a conceptual subject, right? But here in polity also, different topics will be having the different approach. For example, if you consider the historical background or the making of the constitution, this will require a different kind of approach. While if you see fundamental rights, DPSP, right, this will require a different kind of approach from prelims perspective and mains perspective. Similarly, if you consider constitutional bodies, it will require a different kind of approach. Now the approach for the polity and economy will also differ. So you can see within the subject also the approach is differing. Okay. So that is why what we have done, we have divided entire syllabus into small modules, or you can see weekly targets. Okay. So what I am going to do with you, I am going to plan a day where you will be having one section of the GS topics, the other one will be having optional for the 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hour GS, current affair for 90 minutes, and then revision plan for 90 minutes. Okay, daily revision. Now try to understand, these daily targets are nothing but the short term goals. Why these short term goals are important? To keep us motivated. Okay, when daily targets are getting achieved by you, we will feel motivated for doing the medium term and the long term targets. Now, what are the medium term targets? These are the weekly targets. Suppose polity is there, okay. So we have divided entire polity into 3 to 4 weeks targets. So these are the weekly targets which are medium term targets, and ultimately subject completion is the long term target. Okay. So daily we are doing the tasks related to the short term targets. Okay. So why it is important? Because your entire day should be having clear cut demarcation of the different subjects. So this particular problem, the planning and time management is getting solved. Okay? So here we will be designing your different work session. So work session is nothing but your different slots of the studying topic. Okay, so for example, our work session 1 is 4 hours for polity. Okay, the second work session which is related to the optional. Okay, the third work session will be related to the current affair, and the last one related to the revision, daily revision. Okay, got it. Now try to understand what you have to do in the first work session of the GS. Okay, we are going to start with the, are you comfortable with the polity?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so because see, polity, geography, economy, these are the building block of the UPSC preparation. If you see the weightage of these 3 subjects in the prelims as well as mains, this is huge. So polity is one of those subjects where the students are very comfortable, and in newspaper also a lot of things and articles got repeated. So if we are comfortable with it, we will get much more confidence in it. Okay? So we'll be starting with the polity. So I'll be planning out a week for you, how many topics you have to cover in this particular weekly target. Got it? And accordingly daily targets will be decided. So medium term target would be weekly target, short term targets would be daily target. Got it? So I'll be sharing you the targets for the polity. Okay, I'm preparing for it. I've already prepared for it. I'm sharing with you. So I'll be telling you the approach also, how we are going to approach it. Okay, so the first topic for the first week's target will be related to the basic of the polity. Okay, so here we are having topics such as historical backgrounds, okay, making of the constitution, salient features, preamble, citizenship, and amendment of the constitution. So when you are approaching this particular weekly topics, you have to have an understanding that what actually we really want to retain through this particular week. Okay, so if we are going through the making of the constitution, you should have an understanding when the demand of the Constituent Assembly was raised. Okay, what kind of representation we had in the Constituent Assembly. Okay, what kind of committees we were having in the Constituent Assembly. Similarly, if you are going through the salient feature, so what kind of provisions we had in our constitution. Okay, why our constitution is known as a living document? Because we have a few provisions which are very much flexible in nature. We knew that whenever a society is growing, the aspiration of people will get changed, right? So we need a document which is easily amendable. So there are few provisions which are easily amendable, while there are few provisions which are not easily amendable. Why? Because we wanted to fix a few provisions so that the federal structure do not get hampered. Okay, so this focus area will get you an understanding what kind of approach or focus we should have while reading one particular concept. Okay, so whenever you're reading your content through any book, for example, you have your own notebook or any sources which we have referred, you should have a clarity what kind of understanding you want to get through it. Okay, so till now what method you were following? You were just revising your
Yes,
notes, right? So this is a kind of passive reading. We have to do the active reading where we are questioning our stuff. Okay, if we are questioning ourselves to the content which we are reading, we are doing active reading, and it is going to help you out in a way that the kind of question UPSC is asking in prelims and mains, you will be prepared for it beforehand. Got it?
Okay.
So these are the topics. So 3 layer of questioning you have to do for the weekly targets. Okay. Similarly, parliamentary system. So why we have opted for the parliamentary system? Why we haven't opted for the presidential form of government? Can you give me an idea why we have opted for the parliamentary form of government? What is parliamentary form of government?
Ma'am, parliamentary form of government where we choose our representative. It is like in Britain. So we have inspired from there.
Okay, so we have taken inspiration from the Britain,
Yes,
and that is why we have taken the parliamentary system, because it is much more responsible government kind of system. In a presidential
because we have freedom to choose our representative. That's why we have opted, because we are already in the era of the British government. So we
were already comfortable
yes,
with.
ma'am.
Okay, so you also find out what are the other advantages parliamentary form of government having over the presidential. Okay, you should always have this kind of understanding, because UPSC asked a question in the mains. If you see, they compared Indian system with the French system. Okay, so they can ask this kind of question in upcoming mains examination also. So when you are reading in this way, you're not only preparing for the prelims, you're preparing for the mains also simultaneously. Similarly, federal system. So what are the advantages of having federal system? Okay, what is federal system? Okay, what is the difference between the symmetric federalism and asymmetric federalism? Okay, in this way we are going to approach our subject. Okay, so these are the weekly target, and daily you have to divide your time in this way, where you are giving at least 3 hours for the GS. Okay, this is the approach you are going to follow for the GS polity right now. Okay, the other thing which I want you to do along with these topics, you please go through the prelims PYQ. Okay, so whenever you are reading your notes or reading your book, you have to strictly go through the previous year question of the prelims. It will provide you better understanding what kind of question UPSC is asking. You already have gone through PYQ. Yes, but now I want you to go in a much more arranged way. Yes.
Okay.
You were saying something?
Yes, ma'am. I was saying that I haven't attempted much more test. That's why I was lacking there.
Okay. Yes, we will have a solution for that. So along with these questions, you just go through PYQ. I don't want you to attempt PYQ. Just for understanding, at least go through the topics through which the PYQ is being asked. Okay. So you will get an idea what kind of question could be framed from that area. Okay? So go through PYQ, and in this way we will be covering PYQ for entire syllabus, important topics. Then after the weekly target of the polity is completed, now Yashashvi, what we'll be doing? Every week we will be having one objective test. Okay, over the portal we will be having one objective test. Okay, for those topics which you are studying for that particular week. So what will be there now? Through this objective test, once you attempted this test, we will be able to identify your mistakes. Okay, so there is a document which I prepared for you. Here we are going to identify your mistakes. Suppose you have attempted 50 questions, out of which 40 questions went right, 10 questions went wrong. So we want to identify your areas where you went wrong. Okay, what kind of question went wrong or incorrect for you. So we are going to segregate those in these fields. For example, interpretation or silly mistakes. What does it mean? Which means you have interpreted it question in a wrong way. Maybe the question has been asked which of the following are not true, and you have understood it in a true way. Okay, so this is a silly mistake or interpretation mistake. What do you understand by awareness gap?
Ma'am, lack of knowing the content. That's the awareness.
Yes, so awareness gap, you do not know about the topic or concept. What is conceptual gap?
Ma'am, I'm not understanding completely that topic.
Yes, conceptually you are lacking in.
Conceptually, I'm lacking.
For example, there is two concepts: equality before law and equal protection of law, and you haven't understood both the concept in a right way. Okay, so there could be the conceptual lack.
Okay.
And the revision gap, you're lacking in the revision.
Yes, ma'am.
So see, you have to understand one thing: in UPSC examination, revision is everything. The more you will revise, the more understanding we will be having, because and we have to restrict ourselves. Like, we have not required to go through multiple sources, one or two sources, but revise it multiple times. Okay?
Okay.
Then what is factual gap?
Ma'am, I'm not aware about the data and the facts
Very
which are
good.
going on.
Okay, so factual gaps are those where you are confused between the facts and information. And then what about the guess and intuition work? What is the guess and intuition work? Can you give me an idea about it?
Ma'am, guess and intuition would be applied on your previous concept, knowledge.
So basically, you must have heard about this kind of thing. I had intuition that this could be right, okay, or this could be wrong. I do not have a proper understanding of that particular topic, but based on our understanding, I'm trying to say. But this guess or intuition will be coming over once you have accumulated good amount of knowledge. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, first filter should be there of knowledge only. Okay, first accumulate a lot of knowledge, understanding, practice, and eventually this guesswork or intuition work will be coming through your wisdom. Okay, so these are indicators through which we'll be analyzing the test. Okay, post test discussion we'll be doing, and this is the most important task. See, attempting test itself is not enough, because there you are just giving a test, but identify your mistake is important. Okay, identification based on these parameters. So after the each week target, we'll be attempting these things. So what advantage we'll be having through this, Yashashvi? Can you tell me?
Ma'am, if I would say, I will be able to link the subject like polity, economy, whatever you have told me, and I will go holistically by that. And the third thing is, I will be able to revise because of accountability.
Very good, very good. So every day, every time test is there, every week test is there. So your revision will be streamlined. You will be compelled to do the revision, right? The other thing is that you will be identifying the mistakes, and whatever mistakes happen, based on those mistakes, we can again go through the topics and we can improve the areas. Okay. So this is a holistic, method. Similarly, the maze tests are there. Through maze test, every week your answer writing practice will be there. Okay. So have you written any of the answer? Yes.
No, ma'am, not yet.
You haven't tried. So we have to try writing answer in intro, body, conclusion based on our understanding. Slowly, we will be, every week if you will be writing one test, 10 questions, you will gradually improve your answers. Okay?
Ma'am, linking the current affair in the main answer writing, how should we do that?
Yes.
And the second thing is that how much time I should allocate on the newspaper.
Okay, so let us talk about the current affair. I'll just come to the current affair issue, where you have this issue, how to link the current affair with your answer, which is a very good question. How to link the current affair with your answer. Okay. And the other thing is how to approach the current affair itself. Okay, so both the answers are interlinked. We'll discuss about CA. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. I'll explain the optional approach and then we'll come into the current affair. So the second part of the day should be given to the optional. So you already have your notes for the optional. Okay. Yes. But it is very important to do the revision of your optional. Okay. And how you are going to do the revision of your optional? You have your syllabus, UPSC syllabus you have, right? Paste it over the desk. Okay. Go through the topics and identify that what are the important areas through which UPSC is asking questions. So for that you have to take the help of the previous year question paper. Okay, do you have previous year question paper booklet for optional?
Ma'am, I will purchase.
Okay, so basically you just keep the previous year questions of your optional, and I'm not asking you to solve the previous year question, but at least go through the PYQ, identify through which area they are asking question and what kind of question they are framing, and go through your notes, do the revision and try to identify whether through your notes are you able to answer those questions. Okay, so there should be a compatibility. Whatever you are reading and whatever you are, is being asked in the UPSC, there should be a compatibility. There should not be a mismatch. What happens, we read a lot, but we never test our knowledge and we never test what actually UPSC is asking. There is even if you see prelims, mains or optional, there is a specific requirement or specific kind of question UPSC asks. on that marker only we have to approach the paper. Okay? So first of all, identify the areas through UPSC is asking question, through previous year question, and then you prepare your topics and try to write it down. If you're not able to write down the answer, that's okay. You just try to identify the areas. Okay? And the other thing which you can do in your optional is toppers copy. Okay? You can go through the toppers copy. Why? Because if some innovative thing or innovative areas is being explored by the toppers, you can incorporate it in your notes. Okay? So 3 things you have to do. You have to, because since you already have notes, you have to revise it, you have to go through the previous year question, and you have to go through the toppers copy. Later on, once you are done with one revision of your notes thoroughly, we will convert it into the short notes thing.
Okay.
But we cannot do it in this reading. Okay, next reading we will convert it. Now the third day of the third segment of the day is related to the
Current affairs.
yes, how to approach the current affair. Right now, what kind of method you are following for the current affair?
Ma'am, I'm following the newspaper.
Okay.
But somewhere I lack in that because there is so much articles, and some article I understood, some article I don't understood. So
Okay.
I go by the video analysis.
Okay, so sometimes you are going through the newspaper and sometimes you are switching to the videos.
Yes, ma'am. There is so much fluctuation in my current affair preparation. So I want the right direction from your side.
Okay, so see, basically, what we are doing, Yashashvi, there are 2-3 things we are doing with related to the current affair. One is we are providing a current affair listing. Have you gone through the CA listing, which we are providing over the Telegram? There is a CA listing which we are providing over a Telegram group. You can take the help of it. I'll tell you how. Basically what we are doing in CA listing, in the Step Up Mentorship, we are providing the important areas of the daily news. Okay, so maybe the entire news is not explained, but the entire important essence of the newspaper is being shared through that. So suppose there is some important pollutant which is we have find out in Ganga river, or some new species is being introduced, is being find out at Himalaya, or some important event at UN. All those important topics is mentioned in the CA listing. Okay, along with it we also mentioned like this kind of question could be asked in prelims or mains, whether it is important from prelims point of view or mains point of view. So in this CA listing you can find out important areas of the news. The other thing, after that you can do it, you can go through any one newspaper. Okay, and just go, because you already have understood what are the important topic has been there in the daily news. Now go to the newspaper and first try to attempt the article. Okay, now in article you have your UPSC syllabus with you. Okay, you should have a clarity that this particular article which is being asked which is being given in the newspaper, whether it is important from UPSC perspective or not, because a lot of articles which is being given in the newspaper, whether Hindu, Express or Mint, are not important from UPSC perspective. So you should have a clarity of your UPSC syllabus. Okay, for example, political news. Okay, it is not important from UPSC perspective. So you should keep your syllabus with you while you are reading the newspaper reading. Now you need not to read each and every topic of the editorial. You were saying something.
Yes, ma'am. I was saying that right now I'm unable to segregate the articles like for which it is belonging. Like it is belonging for GS paper 4 or GS paper 3 or GS paper 2. I'm lacking that way also.
Okay. So suppose, for example, if there is a question related to the empowerment or representation of the women. So what you can think? It could be linked with GS 1, 2, 3 or 4.
Ma'am, of course with GS 2, but I'm unable to segregate between the governance part and the polity part.
Okay. So see, basically, if you are talking about the representation of the women in the parliament, it will be linked with the GS2. Okay, it will be a part of the governance, but it will also be part of the social justice also. Like representation of the women in the parliament will represent women's voice in the house, and thus the policy which are favorable to the women for the upliftment will also take into the place. So you know what, the social issues or social justice, okay, or the society, there might be a few topics which are relevant from GS1 also and GS2 also. For example, if there is something related to the geography, so geography is one of those subjects which is linked with environment also. It is linked with disaster management also. So whenever you are approaching the question, whenever you are approaching the article, you will develop this sense of understanding gradually. So right now you just try to find out the dimension or perspective. For example, if poverty or hunger related issue is there, try to think which paper it is, and go through the topics of the syllabus, like different syllabus and topics are there. Policy for the weaker section, so can it come under the heading of the weaker section? In this way, not only you will be able to understand the article in a better way, but you will be able to understand in which kind of question you can use it. Got it?
Okay.
So basically, the purpose of editorial reading is to utilize this content in your answer writing. Okay, how to convert it in your marks, how to convert in your answer writing practice. So it should enhance your understanding. Rather than just noting down the thing, you should focus. Do you keep the notes for the newspaper also?
No, ma'am, right now I'm not doing that. That's why I've asked to you how much time should I allocate for the newspaper in initial phase.
I think initially, I think 1.5 hour, like 90 minutes will be okay. And later on, we have to do it maximum 60 minutes. So we have to reduce the time. But since you are just starting the newspaper reading, maybe you can take 90 minutes. But ideally, the students which are comfortable with newspaper, they'll take 45 minutes to 60 minutes for editorial along with the prelims pointer. Okay, so maximum 60 minutes we can give it, but initially you may take some time in doing this thing. So see, the other thing is, Yashashvi, the editorial understanding is important rather than noting it down. Later on, once you find out something is very relevant, for example, the case studies or the best practices, we have find out some best practices in some Indian cities or Indian states or across the globe, we can note it down, because the best practices and the case studies are not easily available in other newspaper things. While you need not to rush after the facts and information, because you can find it out this in other sources also. Okay, and the other thing is, in editorial, try to have a diverse perspective. Like for example, today you have read polity related articles or environment related. Next day you should try to read some other kind of article. There should be a diversity, because for example, as a student, what I had this in my mind, I was interested in polity. So I used to read a lot related to the polity and governance, while I was missing out the economy related article. It should not be the case. We should have a balanced approach. Okay, so in editorial reading, have an understanding important areas you will be finding out through current affair listing, or you can take the help of the UPSC syllabus. And through this syllabus only, you will find out the linkages with the static part. Got it? Suppose I have told you the women of upliftment or the hunger or poverty related article you have read, the hidden hunger in India. So what is hidden hunger? You can just Google about it, or you can understand how hidden hunger is impacting the India. Okay, or for example, agri related issue. So how much percentage we are having with respect to the agri farmers, and what are the issues Indian agriculture is having. This is part of the current affair also, and it could be art with the static portion of the GS, which is DS3, isn't it?
Okay.
So in this way, we'll be able to link it up, and once we practice the previous year mains question, our understanding will get better. So the approach related to the current affairs should be this. First, focus on the editorial, like 30 minutes you can give to the editorial reading, and 45 to 20 minutes you can give for the prelims pointer quickly. Okay, maximum an hour would be sufficient for it.
Ma'am, apart from the newspaper, should we read the magazine also or not?
See, in current affair, if you consider the prelims or if you consider the mains, the approach will be different. Approaching the prelims would be different. Why? Because there are 4 subjects, as I told you: environment, S&T, economy, and IR. IR means location, conflict zones. These are very important from prelims perspective. If you are reading a newspaper on a daily basis, you will get an understanding. But obviously, we need some kind of revision related thing. So, we are providing smart current affair classes where the handouts is being provided to you. So you can take the handouts in the smart current affair classes. Along with it, there are lectures, faculty members lectures are there, classes are there. So you can note down the things. And the good thing about these smart current affair classes is they are providing from prelims perspective also, from mains perspective also. So I would like you to stick to the classes. So whatever daily newspaper reading you are doing, along with the smart current affair classes, we will be able to manage the current affair in a holistic way, because this is something which is giving us a perspective from prelims perspective as well as mains perspective. Okay, Shishmi?
Okay.
And if at all some topic has been missed, it's not covered here, we can go to the recital magazine, monthly magazine of the recital, and topic wise we can approach it. For example, there is some politent or some species related news or some information related to the math, so we can go through the subject wise or topic wise manner to the index of that particular recital magazine, and through that we can cover it up. But the approach for the current affair magazine should be in this way only, going through the current affair topics and linking it with the static portion. Okay, because if you see the questions, it's been asked in this manner only. So are you able to understand the current affair approach?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the fourth thing, so I have discussed with you the GS strategy, optional strategy, and current affairs strategy. Now daily I want you to do one more thing. This is revision. Okay, so before going to your bed, like before going to sleep, I want you to give 45 minutes for the active recall method. Okay, revision, which means 45 to 60 minutes. Active recall method is nothing. Take a piece of paper. I don't want you to go through your notes. Take a piece of paper and try to recall the things which you have studied in the entire day. Suppose you have gone through the IR related topics of your optional. Okay, IR related topics. So you just try to understand what different terms or terminology is being given by the different thinkers. Or if you have gone through the polity or geography, try to link it with the areas. Like for example, you have gone through the basic structure doctrine. So when this particular doctrine was evolved, what are the important judgment related to the basic structure? Okay, so when you are questioning it within your mind, when you are recalling it, it is not only help you out in the prelims preparation and mains also. Why? Because your retaining power will get better. Your sentence framing, like, have you tried any of the answer, writing any of the answers yet?
I'm not yet.
Not yet.
Yes,
No?
ma'am.
So basically, if you try to approach an answer, no, the maximum students, like most of the students, face this issue that they don't know how to frame the sentences. They know what is basic structure when it got evolved, but they do not know how to frame and explain the basic structure, which means how to define it, right? How to explain it, because they don't know how to frame the sentences. But if you recall it within your mind, like what is the difference between the fundamental rights and DPSP? What is the difference? Can you give me an idea?
Ma'am, fundamental rights is an individual right, and the fundamental duty which we owe
No,
by
DPSP. I was asking fundamental rights and DPSP.
DPSP is for the future things, like we have to do in this thing in the welfare of the society in the future or in
Yes.
the present.
Okay. Okay. So when the constitution maker were making the constitution, they wanted something to be ensured, like some kind of socio-political, some kind of political rights or civil rights they wanted to provide to their people, right? There were some extra kind of rights, like socio-economic kind of rights or welfare society ke liye, whatever is important, they wanted to provide it in the form of DPSP because we had limited resources. Okay, but we have explained and understood in this 3-4 lines, but when we are approaching the answer writing, we have to write down in 2 lines. So for that purpose, we should have clarity to related to a concept.
Ma'am, somewhere I am lacking that.
Yes.
When I do the answer writing by myself, then somewhere I lack in the intro or in conclusion or
Yes.
in body.
Yes.
I don't have the proper content or information and linkage.
Yes.
Problem.
So basically, here the current affair linkages is also there, and this intro body conclusion is there.
Yes, ma'am.
We have mains workbook, right? So through mains workbook, you can find out the different templates. What are the templates? Like how you can approach an introduction. Like for example, in polity, we can have introduction when we can start an answer with articles, right? Different articles of the constitution, right? You can write down. For example, if we want to explain parliament, so this is the article which is related to the parliament, or parliament is composition of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and president. So these kind of content, like template, we can find out in our workbook, or you can provide the context. For example, recently we have seen disruption in the parliament. Okay, so if we talk, what are the reasons of having disruption, continuous disruption in parliament, and what kind of measures we can take? For that, you should firstly have an understanding related to what are the parliamentary disruption, how to define it, or you should have an idea about the data, like this much disruptions we have recently seen. So for that purpose, current affair can help you out, the data related thing. current affair can help you out. So that is where the importance of the current affair is there. The definition related thing can be taken from the, if it is a news, can be taken from the current affair, or it can be taken from the mains workbook, right?
Means you are saying that we have to link current affair with the static portion of the mains.
Yes, because see, this particular answer cannot be approached without having a data or information related to the parliamentary disruptions. Because recently we have seen the suspension of the member of parliament from, you know, the Lok Sabha, right? So here comes the speaker's role also. So this speaker role is really linked with the static part of the polity. But here you should also know about the recent development related to the post of speaker. Like recently what activities or controversies associated with the speaker we are having. Or if you see the role of the governor, right? So it's already in news because of the tussle between the West Bengal government or West Bengal government and the governor. So some recent news is there, recent relevant things are there. So static should be very strong, which you can understand through your notes.
Means making our answer better, we have to inculcate the current affair.
Yes, definitely. And also like examples, like recent judgments or recommendations. Like recently there are some committees recommendation related to the women's condition is being there. Okay, so you should have an understanding related to that. Okay, so current affair, how to link with current affair to the answers should be there, and you can take the help of the workbook which will provide you the template. And also you can do one more thing, that we have previous year question papers of the mains. You can go through the previous year question of the mains and you can identify the areas through which UPSC is asking question, and based on our understanding we can prepare thematic notes. Okay, thematic notes means the governance related issues or the judiciary related things. So we can make 2-3 page related to the judiciary note, where we can complete the judiciary in 3 pages. How? What is the, presently how many, pending cases we are having in lower judiciary, in High Court and Supreme Court. Okay, then we can see, the appointment of the judges, how it's been controversial, like what advantage or disadvantage it is having. Okay, what recommendation or the, measures has been taken in the previously, how it is impacting the governance, right? And then way forward. So you can see this 4 or 5 dimension. If you see, the most of the question related to the judiciary will be coming from these areas. Similarly, you can identify the issue related to the parliament, that codification, we talk about the codification of the privileges. This is also an important area. So in this way, we can approach the mains answer writing. But this mains answer writing is having 2 parts. One is your knowledge and the other is practice. So first of all, we will be working in the knowledge area. We will consolidate the data, we will consolidate the information and definition, and we will process it, and later on we will improve on our answer writing. So these are the simultaneous process.
So ma'am, I want to ask that how much time dedicatedly I have to give my preparation?
Okay, for answer writing?
Not for answer writing, but overall perspective.
Overall. So see, Yashashvi, I have discussed about the short-term targets, medium-term targets and the long-term targets.
So in a day,
yes,
how much hour have to give?
Yes, so in short-term targets, we have daily targets. Okay, daily plan we have given GS, optional, and the third one was?
Current affair and the revision.
Yes. So 3, 3, 2, 1. Basically 8 to 10 hours we should give. Okay. Minimal, later on we can improve it 12 also, but 8 to 10 hours we can easily give. So this short-term target or daily goal should be given at least 8 to 10 hours, because you are a full-time aspirant. And then we will be having medium targets, weekly targets. So like we can give 8, 50, 60 hours. It's up to, a person. Like if we are giving 8 hours on daily basis, 8 into 7, which is,
it is 56.
Yes. So these hours we should give on the weekly basis. Okay. And along with it, we have tests also. Weekly 1 test we should give for the prelims. 1 mains test, like 10 questions we should write on weekly basis. And then we'll be having full-fledged target, long-term targets, which is having completion of the topics. That's it.
Ma'am, in between the target, if I am facing any issue, can I come to you?
Yes, definitely you can come. So see, this particular program is ensuring the accountability. So in between, what happens, sometimes we are out of the track, okay, or we are not able to give time in a proper way, input. because as a student we are giving input in terms of the time. So the time management is the most important thing. Whenever you feel you're not able to give the time in a proper way, or you're facing academic issues, or if you're not able to understand the things, we can always have a session. You can always come to me.
Okay.
Any other query? Yes,
No,
Sushmita?
ma'am, no, not yet.
Okay, so we'll start with the week 1's target. Okay? Okay?
Okay, ma'am, thank you. It was nice meeting to you.
Same here.